You're gonna pop some popcorn. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Tiana Linnell, and as you see, I'm here with someone new today. Here with an actual friend, not a family member, my best friend. And go ahead and tell them your name one more time.
Tiffany.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
And today we're gonna talk about something near and dear to both of our hearts because it's something that everyone goes through. Losing people that you love, friends, significant others, friends, mostly friends is what we're going to talk about.
Absolutely.
Losing friends today because everyone goes through it, and you know, they can make for some good stories, but we're not getting into all that today. More so how to deal with it and all the ins and outs of things. So stay tuned.
All right, so basically today what we wanted to talk about is ways that we have lost friends, things that we have gained from losing friends, like lessons that we have learned. Because of course, once something happens to you, something that's like horrible, you clearly learn from it. So yes, we're gonna talk about these lessons and some tips to get through it. Because of course, when you're in it, it's hard to see that light at the end of the tunnel. Yes. But clearly we're here today and we made it. So we're going to talk about these lessons.
And if you want to also catch videos like this and this video on my girl Tiff's channel, I will link it in the description down below. She has some great videos when it comes to her family. It's a completely different perspective. She has a family about to have her second baby right here, you know, another baby girl. She has her husband on her channel. And she even starts schooling people on finances. I learned from her last video how to get out of debt and save money. So you want to definitely go check her out on her channel. Now, into the video.
No.
Jacked up nails.
It's okay.
That is ridiculous.
And you talk with your hands, so
yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. Quick disclosure. When we discuss things that have happened to us in the past, we are not outing anyone. We are not talking about specific details about any of the things that have occurred.
Yeah.
And
yes,
it's no need to unfollow, unfriend, block, get angry, cuss us out. None of that.
See, these videos are not to be petty. They're not to put anyone out. They're to be helpful for people going through the same things that we've experienced. So
exactly,
they don't have any malicious intent, and that's just the perfect disclaimer to put out there.
Yeah, definitely. I guess some ways that I have lost friends in the past, I will say, boys. Mm-hmm.
I can relate.
I've just noticed this, especially with females. Like, I don't know why every time there's a fallout, it's always somewhere in the mix. It might typically be a dude that is the problem. He either the front of the problem or he the back of the problem, but he is a problem some way in y'all falling out. I don't know why, it just happens. So that's always like the number one cause of a friendship, and especially with females, that I've learned over the years. Because majority of my friendships have ended because of some dude. Yeah, definitely.
And when you say like majority of yours have ended because of a guy, do you mean because of y'all liking the same guy, or because of your relations with a guy that maybe they didn't agree with? Because I know I've definitely I've dealt with both, but I guess my more kind of, would I say tragic losses have been because of friends in the past not agreeing with how I dealt with certain significant others, and but then how I dealt with them in relation to that. So it's like ending kind of parallel to my relationship, but not necessarily because we like the same guy. Actually, now that I think about it, I have had some relationship troubles, more so friendship troubles, more so from like middle school, from liking the same guy.
But I feel like when you're like in middle school and high school, I feel like that's everybody's problem though. Because everybody likes the same guy.
Exactly.
Majority of the time, everybody likes the same guy.
Yeah.
So you're going to have those issues.
Yeah.
Even sometimes in college.
the biggest thing that I learned just from myself is if you're a friend and you have interest in the same person, or even if y'all think that the same person is like cute, both of y'all are single, nip it in the bud then
Absolutely.
and there. And you can do it very easily by just seeing who saw the person first.
Exactly.
Because if I could go back in time and maybe change some of my own actions, despite what I was being told, just leaving it alone. Go with your gut. Your gut doesn't lie. And I think I tried to ignore a lot of things. When you care about people, your friends and other people, like, you tend to ignore red flags. And especially for friends.
Absolutely.
Because like with significant others, it's kind of like, I think we're geared to expecting bad things to happen more, but not with your like best friends. So if you see red flags, even with a very, very close friend, you can't ignore it. It needs to be addressed. You just still got to go with your gut, because there were many times that I did not go with my gut in previous relationships. And it all still inevitably ended.
Another reason, you have high expectations of your friends that they just cannot uphold. I hold my friends to a high standard. But for your friend, it's
they're like family.
Yeah.
They're like, my friend knows me.
Exactly.
Like they know and these could be friends that have stuck up for you, that have
fought with you.
It doesn't matter sometimes. Sometimes you still gotta see the red flags for what they are and then address them according to the situation.
I've just had to learn to let my expectations down a little bit. Like, there are people too, they make mistakes. Everything isn't going to be perfect. Everything isn't going to be to my liking. So I think that's like definitely a reason why girls fall out. Like, you look at them like your sisters, and when they do something wrong to you, you take it as like it's the end of the world.
It cuts like really, really deep. Recently in my life, lost one of my best friends. A lot of people will say it feels like a breakup, because it is like a significant other, because honestly, when you think about it, it is a significant other. It's a significant person in your life.
Right.
You go through the same things as someone maybe you were reaching out to every day or every week, or just someone who you confided in and truly loved just as like a part of your family. The hardest part for me, knowing that I couldn't trust the person anymore. That was the hardest part for me, because I've like me and Tiffany have had disagreements in the past where we may not talk for a little bit, but still in the back of your head, we're gonna be okay,
right?
But I think when you're not talking to one of your former best friends or whoever that may be, but then in the back of your head it's actually best that you stay away, and like you can't trust them, or maybe like whatever it may be, that's the hardest part, because that it's like it's more permanent. My mom used to tell me, you can't expect people to treat you the way you treat them.
Right.
As nice as that would be, the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated. You can't expect that. You can demand respect in that way.
Okay.
So that you don't put, too much energy into people who don't give you and reciprocate that same respect back. You can choose to manage yourself in that way, but you cannot expect other people to manage you in that way.
Another way that I will say I've lost friends in the past is growth.
Yeah.
So for me, it was difficult to cope with the fact that I might be going in a different direction than someone else that I cared about. That when you grow, it's okay to grow apart from your friends. Like, just because you've been friends with someone for so long or such a long time doesn't mean that you have to continue to be friends with that person. Especially, I feel like once I hit 25, I seen a clear path where I was going. And if I didn't see a specific person in my life in that path, then I just had to let it go. Me moving on, me getting married, me having kids, me starting my career, me doing all this stuff, and that person was just stagnant where they were. It was like a hindrance a little bit for me. So definitely growing. Like, people grow apart. Like, I have asked plenty of people, oh my God, why are you and so not friends anymore? We just grew apart.
Mentally, I'm heading in this direction, and you're like, this is where you are, and it's not to be judgmental.
Not at all.
But it's just to notice that reality and just be able to move on with it amicably if possible. And I think that's the biggest thing, because friendships are such an emotional thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, ending them can be like 10 times more emotional. So it's, I think, a rare thing for two people to be like, okay, we had this very emotional thing.
Yeah.
But both of us are looking at this logically.
Because usually I'm the one ending my friendships. I do go back into my log of lost friends sometimes and be like, let me rethink about it. From the 25-year-old plus Tiffany. Because me thinking about it from the 21-year-old or the 23-year-old or whatever age I was when I lost that friend, I might have a different perspective about it, and I might actually be able to apologize or rekindle, like you said, that friendship if I just really sit back and think about what happened.
And just sometimes thinking, like you said, like, age is
Definitely.
and maturity
has,
has a lot to do with some things. Honestly, just thinking back, like you said, sometimes you're like, not only was I young, but that other person was young too.
Exactly.
And it's like, sometimes we can see, I mean, with social media being what it is today, we can still see people.
Exactly.
And sometimes you can tell that the other person has grown. You yourself have grown. You can see the other person has grown a little bit from the thing. So I feel like if two parties are willing to like revisit a possible relationship or friendship, why not? Like,
even though people are young and they might make mistakes in the moment, not realizing what they're doing, and they might have grown, for me, I cannot take that out of my head about what you did in that moment if it's that
bad,
detrimental. Like, if it was like something so horrible, I just can't even like take you anymore. Call me petty, but
I don't think it's petty. I don't think it's petty, actually. Like, I get what you mean.
It's just some things are just like unredeemable. Lastly, we wanted to discuss just some things that people can do to get through losing that friend, because we know it's hurtful, and I know that some people might be going through that currently, or might be thinking about one of their friendships that they want to end. So I want to talk about,
serious note,
some things that we did to get past our little breakups in friendships.
I get so filled with emotion and sadness and different feelings, maybe guilt, sometimes regret, really going through the stages of grief. I think the thing that really helps me get through it in the midst of everything is talking to one person. And usually it's my mom that really makes me feel a lot better, because you need to talk to someone who's going to allow you to get your feelings out without them feeling like they need to teach you something in that moment. You need someone that's going to let you vent and like make you feel like they understand where you're coming from.
I like to talk it out too. The method of talking about it, getting it out, and then just moving on after that.
Mm-hmm.
Or keeping myself busy so I won't be like so caught up in it and so like boiling, because I just get angry. Like you said, that's how I express my emotions. So me continuing to think about everything that's happening, replaying it over and over and over in my head will like explode. So I have to talk it out, compact it, and then let it go.
When I'm going through those kind of like depressive times, when I'm out in the world, I'm me, like my happy self. And then it's like but it's a mask. And then when I come inside, like go to my house or wherever that may be and like close the door, but I'll turn on the TV and it's kind of like I take off my mask and I allow myself to like just feel everything, and I cry, and sometimes I like sob, like, and crying actually, like, I think it's proven that crying really helps.
Yeah.
Something that has helped me out is like I love YouTube
Yeah.
and like watching things. I love watching things. Not even just YouTube, but like movies, TV shows. I will binge watch something. So, oh my gosh, binge watching when I'm like in a very low mood, especially when I'm not getting along with someone, or when I break up with a friend, or I'm just not friends with someone anymore. Keeping my mind off of it through something creative.
I hope you guys enjoy our video about losing friends. I know it can be somber, but we always wanted to end on a good note about some good things that you can do to get through it. But I'm so happy that you decided to do a video with me. I feel honored.
Girl, it's nothing. Thank you.
She has so many more videos than me, so I just feel like I'm a newbie and you're like...
I just started a little earlier, but thank you. I hope that we gave enough information, because we personally did not want to get into too many details and make things petty and specific. We don't like that.
No.
And this was not a story time. It was more so to just help for those tips, generalized tips, but very helpful.
Bye, guys.